Yo, YouTubers and Arcus of Darkness, also known as Sir Kinston of Colorstruck, and I'm going to go ahead and pick up where I left off yesterday. So, if you don't pay attention to Twitter, Instagram, none of the social media stuff, Facebook, there was some fuckery that happened, some debauchery that happened on Facebook. So, let me go ahead and explain to you guys. A player by the name of Lyndon Antonio Trail, a black man with a beautiful black family, went on his Facebook and asked his followers a question. And the question was simply, why do you guys think black athletes date, marry, pursue white women? And that whole post turned into a fucking Negan from fucking The Walking Dead. I'm bashing motherfuckers skulls in with Dorothy. Is it Dorothy? It's Dorothy. I think it's Dorothy. Whatever. It went, that fucking post went viral essentially, right? He didn't mean for it to go viral. He was just asking a question. But the most interesting thing that was said on that post was posted by one of his also NFL alumni. This NFL alumni plays for the Miami Dolphins. And he has a handle by the name of Maserati Rick, which makes him whack because putting a materialistic, expensive vehicle on the front of your name doesn't make you fancy or cool. It just makes you whack. Anyway, this Maserati Rick writes, and I quote, and I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to go in a little bit because it's the grammar's a little crazy. So, Maserati Rick says this. The answer is simple, brother. Most of the sisters were raised in broken homes. Generalizing. Every single sister has to be raised in a broken home. I guess 100% of sisters in a broken home. And they don't have proper guidance on how they should treat a man. So they mess up a lot in relationships. The biggest difference is a white woman knows her position. Ooh, white women, you know your position, white woman. Know your position. Because your position is behind me, and that's it. And accepts her role as woman and let her man lead. That's right, behind me. Black women believes it's 50-50. I don't understand what the problem with 50-50 is. A relationship should be 50-50. It's already sounding like Maserati Rick here. He wants to run around on his girl and do whatever he wants. That's what he wants. He don't want somebody who's going to stand up for themselves with some backbone. That's what it sounds like he wants. Just in general, right? And it's funny because it's the prejudice between black women and white women is all in this, right? So let's continue. Black women believes it's a 50-50, and you have to be uneducated to think such a thing. Oh my God, that is so stupid. Black women are stubborn, closed-minded, and always want to argue and be the boss. Men don't like that shit. There's whole Pornhub, this whole Pornhub things of women of people who get off on being treated like that. There's like the BDSM 24/7 stuff. Like, what are you talking about? Clearly you don't know what you're talking about. You're just talking with your prejudice. You bought into prejudice. That's exactly what happened. So let's continue. He also basically said that all black women are stubborn. Or no, he said black women are stubborn, closed-minded, and always want to argue and be the boss. Generalizing also. Fucking terrible piece of shit guy. Especially if you're successful. Young black athletes are looking for a woman to submit and do their part, and they handle business. Don't even know what the fuck that means. But he wants somebody he can run around on. He do whatever he wants with, right? Not somebody who's going to basically let him do whatever he wants. Men needs peace of mind, and you don't get that with a black woman. I married a black woman, so I get plenty of peace of mind. I don't understand where he's going. But he tries to clean up, but he's about to he tries to clean up, but he going to strike the fuck out right here. He goes, let's just leave it as is. The problem with some women, look at that, some women he's trying to clean up, is that they can never take responsibility for their actions. They hate to admit when they're wrong, and they can never get better at anything you can never get better at anything unless you admit your fears and mistakes. Oh my God. Ooh boy. I love that he used that because them fears and them mistakes is all over this post, my guy. How would I be a better football player if I'm not coachable? Black women are not coachable. Let's put it that way. So he just fucking struck the fuck out. I mean, he's been struck out. He struck out a long time ago. He wasn't right about none of the shit he said. But he did have a point when he said you can never get better at anything unless you can admit your fears and your mistakes. Now, we're going to get to that in a second. So, He just compared being Terrell fucking Owens or Chad Ochocinco to being a black woman in America. Let's get something straight. Black women are most disrespected beings in America and on planet Earth, and they gave fucking birth to the population. Black women are the reason why we're fucking here. Somebody was a survivor. Somebody popped out a whole lot of fucking babies. Somebody did it, and it was a black woman. Okay, it's fucking ridiculous to me how stupid some people can be. Now, I know I'm just calling them stupid and stuff. Like, let me explain something to you guys, right? I'm going to call it the trophy wife syndrome, right? I don't know if that's what it's called, but because we live in a society where everything is Eurocentricized, everything, beauty, culture, style, everything is Eurocentricized because 60% of the country is white. We can't do shit about it. So everything that is considered beautiful is white. Black women have to fucking deal with that bullshit. It's part of the reason why a whole lot of them can't love their own hair. It's part of the reason why they can't only love the face, their skin, their nose, and so on and so forth, right? It's the same thing with black men. But black men is a completely different situation because we're the biggest perpetrators of colorism and self-hate in our fucking community. Let me continue. So, because we live in a society, trophy wife, in a society where if you have money, you have to have a trophy wife. There's typically somebody who's Eurocentric, blonde, blue eyes, white, basically, right? Somebody who's a Caucasian. That's when you have money, in order for you to be respected, what you want in your arm is a trophy wife. And the closest you can get is a white woman. So that's what black athletes get. Okay, because they believe that people, it's just like what I was talking about in the psychology of Kunin, okay? People do things in order to be accepted by people, right? People do things in order to be accepted by white people, right? They will talk down on black people and they will marry white women, okay? They want to be seen as this way, so that's why they marry white women. That is the reason why, okay? His own prejudice are the reason why he likes white women. His own prejudice. He's the problem. The problem is with him, not with black women. Okay? That's the issue here. Because whenever somebody has a conversation about what features do you like, who do you date, stuff like that, people decide, well, I don't date black women because that's where you fucked up. You just try to turn into fucking Negan. You can't be Negan, motherfucker. That's the problem with self-hate. A lot of motherfuckers don't see it. I created this channel because of my own self-hate. I hated myself. Now, granted, I created this channel 7 years before I actually, 7 years actually after I actually realized it, okay? But YouTube weren't around when I was fucking 14 years old, okay? I was 14, I started hating myself. I watched my sister go through being picked on. I got tortured for being dark-skinned. My sister got it even worse because she's a dark-skinned black female. And it motivated me to be real with myself. It motivated me to admit I was wrong, to figure out what was going on with myself. What is wrong with being black? And during my studies, I found out and I saw the real problem is with society. The problem is not with dark-skinned black people, black culture, black. The problem is not with us. The problem is with the society. Society has socialized. Everything Eurocentric is right. Everything with Eurocentrism is correct. Everything with Eurocentrism is good. Everything that is outside of that is considered bad. And the worst you can be is black in all of those categories. That's the fucking problem. Okay? And in black men, we perpetuate this. We perpetuate this by fucking falling to it instead of fucking being honest with ourselves and listen to the shit that comes out of our mouth, listen to the shit that comes across our mind, listen to the shit that's going on, paying attention to the shit that comes across our dashboard, across the shit that came in music videos, movies, media in general. Instead of paying attention to that shit, actively looking at what they're trying to teach us, we buy into it and continue to fucking perpetuate the fucking shit, right? We continue to demean black women and say black women are a problem. Black women this, black women that. No, we are the fucking problem. That's why I made this fucking channel. Black men are the biggest perpetuators of colorism, biggest perpetuators of self-hate. And we allow it to happen because somehow we feel like, and this is why we are also misogynists, because we feel like, okay, in order to be equal with the white man, we got to do this, and this, and this. And we have to have this patriarchy that the white people have with their women in general, right? Because we live in a patriarchy. Well, we have to have this. We have to have someone who's going to not stand up for themselves and be submissive and stuff. That's basically what it wants. And the funny thing is, not all black women are like this, right? I know he's probably from the hood. I'm from the hood too. So I know who he's talking. I know the hood rats he's talking about. Those people do fucking exist. But that's not all black women. That's not even 50% of black women. I would go as far as say that's not even 30% of black women. That is a small population of black women that do that. Our women are the most educated in America. So how could, black women are all of this? You have to be uneducated to think it has to be 50-50. That is you go ahead. That is a very dumb attitude to have when talking about the Nubian queens, right? So, black males, we need to be honest with ourselves. What did you say? You need to be honest with yourself. What did you say in this post? What did he say? Admit your fears and your mistakes. Admit your fears and your mistakes, because that's what you need to do. Because they're all over that post. Your prejudices are all over that post. That is definitely some nonsense. If I've never heard nonsense, and like I said, it's a problem. Every single time somebody wants to have that discussion, it becomes let's bash black women. These are the same people who will be like, ooh, Latino girls are sexy as shit. Ooh, they crazy. I like it. Yeah, they call me Poppy and they'll pull a knife on you. Yeah, Latino girls are sexy. These are the same guys who will say that, but then have a problem with black women. They'll sexualize Latino women's attitudes and then fucking make black women unacceptable because they have the same exact fucking attitude, right? It really is because you hate yourself. Be real. I hated myself at one point. I had to learn to fucking love myself. I had to break down all that conditioning that happened all the way up from if I was 5 years old, all the way up until I was like 16 years old. I had to break that fucking conditioning down. Same way, I had to break down being a homophobe and a whole lot of different things that I have dealt with. You have to be honest with yourself. Black men, we got to be honest with ourselves. If we can't be honest with ourselves, then we're just going to continue to perpetuate the bullshit and pretend like, no, black women are this, black women are that. No, it has shit to do with it. You believe a lie. That's the problem. You're believing in a lie. You're believing in a stereotype. And you can go back and research it all yourself. Go back in the 90s, go all the way up to the 90s, all the way up to 2010. 90s, 80s. Whenever you see a black woman on TV, if she was considered beautiful, she looked like Halle Berry. If she was ghetto or whatever, you know what I'm saying? Like the Pam and Gina syndrome, right? Pam and Gina from Martin. And it's always been that way. It's always been that way. And it's part of it, like I said, is colorism. But it's also black men hate themselves. They've been taught to hate themselves. They've been socially conditioned to hate themselves through media, through culture, through everything. Clean yourselves up. Clean yourselves up. Because and the funny thing is, not only does he have a serious prejudice against black women, he has a serious prejudice with white women, and he sexualizes it. He fetishizes it. White women they know their place. White women know this. White women know that. There are white women who have attitudes. Trust me, who have attitudes, who don't submit. Who everything is 50-50, they get to do whatever the hell they want. There are white women who are like that. But y'all don't see it. You only see with black women. You're trash, guy. You're fucking trash. I hope the Miami Dolphins don't win a goddamn game.